Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a pregnancy update. It is going to be my 24-week pregnancy update to be exact. Also, disclaimer, my dog is right here laying in front of me. I'm sitting on my bed in my bedroom, kind of just trying to be a little casual, kind of tired of sitting in the living room because of the whole quarantine thing that's going on, which we will get into in a minute, because my appointment that I was supposed to have today has been canceled due to that. But she's laying right here. If she gets up and walks around, that's my dog. Just ignore her. She kind of follows me around wherever I go. She's my little shadow. But yeah, so like I said, today is going to be my 24-week pregnancy update. So today I'm actually 24 weeks and 3 days. So I have passed the 6-month mark. I'm in the 6th month of my pregnancy, which is crazy to me because I still feel like I'm not even showing that much, which is another thing that we will talk about in the video later on. And I do plan on doing a belly shot that will be at the end of this video. So if you want to see that, then stick around and stay tuned, because that will be at the end. So hang tight, you'll see it, unless you just want to skip over my rambly mess and just go look at that part of the video and then click out. I mean, whatever, you do you. Also, my hands are like orange. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell in the camera or not, but I did a self tanner the other day. I always self tan during like the spring and summer, and it was like really good weather for a few days, and then I don't know what happened, but I decided to self tan for that because I always like to be tanned when it's more warm outside. So I did that, and then not sure what happened with my hands. They're normally not this bad. This one's really bad. This one's not as bad, but you can definitely tell like the difference because I don't like to self tan my face. So we're orange here. Everything else is pretty okay. Like my arms are okay, I feel like. My hands are just kind of orange, but it's fine. Just ignore it, look past it. So basically, if you watched my previous video, I had mentioned that I was going to be posting my 24-week doctor visit video. That would be like the next one that came after my previous video. But I got a text message this morning from my doctor's office saying that they had canceled my appointment and that I needed to call them to reschedule it. So my appointment today was just kind of going to be like a 24-week update. They were just kind of going to listen to the heartbeat with the Doppler. She was going to measure my belly, which I feel like there's not a lot there to measure as far as like comparing my stomach with other people's stomachs that I've seen on this pregnancy app that I have. I'm definitely way smaller than a lot of them. So yeah, but it was basically just kind of going to be the routine checkup where you just go and listen to the heartbeat, ask any questions you have, whatever. The one important thing that I was going to be doing at that appointment that I was supposed to have was getting the bottle with the like sugar water, whatever it is that you drink for your glucose test. They were going to give that to me, so that way when I had my next appointment, which is going to be the like blood draw for the glucose test, I would be able to drink it like 45 minutes prior to me like having my appointment. So my appointment, if it was at 9 a.m., then I would drink it at 8:15, so that way once I got to the office, I didn't have to sit there and wait for it to register for an hour. Now that I didn't have the appointment today, I don't have that bottle clearly, so when I do go in next, it's going to be for the glucose blood draw mixed in with like a regular routine listen to the heartbeat checkup. So I'm just probably gonna have to get that, drink it as soon as I get there, and then they'll do the blood draw at the end. That way, while I'm going through everything else in my appointment, like time will be going by, hopefully. Hopefully that's how they do it. I hope that they don't give me the stuff to drink right like before I have to get my blood drawn and I have to sit there and wait for an hour, because that would suck. That would be super boring, but it is what it is. I was kind of nervous about going to the doctor anyway with everything going on, so I don't know if I'm happy that they postponed it or not. I'm just glad that it wasn't an ultrasound because I would have been really bummed. I mean, I am still bummed that I can't like go hear the heartbeat, but definitely would have been way more bummed if it was an ultrasound, which it wasn't. But I just kind of wanted to touch on that, saying that I didn't go to my 24-week appointment because it was canceled, and my next appointment is not going to be until the end of April. I believe she said it was April 21st. I have it in the calendar on my phone, so yeah, but it'll be the end of April, so basically a month from now. That's also when you will get the next baby update, just because a lot of things haven't really been changing for me. Honestly, I feel like really the biggest changes that I have are probably feeling movement and being uncomfortable when sleeping now. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on into the update because I know that is the whole reason you guys are here for this video. So like I said, I will be showing you guys my belly at the end of this video, but just to kind of touch on that topic, I personally feel like you can't really tell when I have clothes on if I'm like getting any bigger or not. I definitely feel like there hasn't really been much of like a pop. Like a lot of people say that their bellies have popped or whatever the term is, but I feel like I really haven't gotten there yet. I definitely did not have a flat stomach before I was pregnant. I kind of had a little bit of it, like it just wasn't completely flat. There was a little bit there. So I wasn't overweight by any means, but I definitely feel like there's some pregnant belly there, but some of it is still like my pre-pregnancy stomach as well. Now when I have clothes off, I feel like it's definitely way more noticeable. Definitely looking at me front on, like you can see the way that the stomach is, like it just looks pregnant to me in my opinion. So as far as my belly goes, I'm not too sure. You guys can be the judges of that when you see it at the end of the video, but I feel like there hasn't really been much change to that as far as like my last update. I know in my last update it was kind of just talking about what happened at the doctor during my 20-week anatomy scan. And then I do not remember which one I posted week-wise before that one. But I know I think it was my 15-week. And definitely I honestly, like I really don't even know if it's changed much since then, which is crazy because that's been like 9 weeks. So I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below as far as my stomach goes. So with my sleeping arrangements, a lot of women say that you shouldn't sleep on your back once you get past a certain point in your pregnancy, which I was sleeping on my back for a while. My OBGYN never really said anything about it to me, but now I cannot sleep on my back because I get this excruciating lower back pain that I feel like is going to be the death of me. Like I honestly feel like it's like a pain as if to where I have been like lifting heavy boxes or something heavy all day long, and then like I finally get to sit down and take a break and it like finally hits you that like you're having a pain. That is what it feels like. Clearly I'm not lifting heavy things all day long. I'm not lifting heavy things at all, but it's just a pain that I get when I lay on my back. So I do not sleep on my back anymore. I do have the U-shaped pregnancy pillow that a lot of women have. I'm pretty sure almost all pregnant women get the pregnancy pillow, whether it's the U one or the C-shaped one, just because they do help tremendously. And you might not think that they would help because Garrett thought it didn't help. He kind of like told me that it was just taking up space in our bed like a few weeks ago when I went to use it for the very first time. And it wasn't really necessary for me to use it then. I just kind of wanted to see like what it would do for me, but I definitely need to use it now. And now that I've explained to him like how much it does help, he completely like truly understands and like wants me to use it. So if you're skeptical, don't be skeptical, because it is definitely worth buying and it's definitely worth using because it is a lifesaver and definitely is saving my back 100%, because it's just insane. I don't know, but sleeping has definitely become very uncomfortable for me. I have to lay on one of my sides. The same, like the side never is the same. It definitely changes nightly. Falling asleep for me has definitely been a big issue as well. Even if I feel like super exhausted and tired, it still seems to be like I can't fall asleep. And then when I do fall asleep, I either wake up a bunch of times in the middle of the night to either pee or just toss and turn, or I just don't get a good night's sleep really. I will say that last night wasn't too bad. I did wake up, I think, once to go to the bathroom, but other than that, it wasn't bad as far as like tossing and turning goes. But sleeping has definitely changed for me. I used to be someone who was able to sleep through the night no matter what. I could sleep through thunderstorms. I could sleep through people talking. No matter what it was, I was sleeping through it. I was a heavy sleeper, and now that has definitely changed. So as far as the sleeping aspect goes, it definitely sucks that I don't get a good night's rest, but it is what it is. Now, I will say that two things that have definitely increased for me that I really didn't think would, because I feel like I definitely got it on set later in my pregnancy than a lot of people that I see posting in that pregnancy app I have got it. That is increased peeing throughout the day, and my appetite has definitely skyrocketed. I feel like before, in my like first trimester and the beginning of the second trimester, as far as like peeing goes, I still felt like I was going to the bathroom at a normal like amount. Like it hadn't changed from when I wasn't pregnant. And then now I feel like I can go to the bathroom and then 10 minutes later I have to go again. And Garrett has even told me that we'll like be leaving the house to go to the grocery store, and like I'll go to the bathroom, and then halfway through our trip at the grocery store I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom, and he's like, didn't you just go? Like it's been 30 minutes to an hour, like what? So that has definitely gotten more frequent. I will also say that my appetite has gone up a lot. I feel like in the beginning I was eating normally. Now I don't know if it's because I'm kind of bored at home during all this quarantine stuff, and when I'm bored I kind of go to like bored eating, bored snacking. But I will say that I can like eat a meal and then be ready for a snack like 30 minutes to an hour later, which I know is completely normal. Like your appetite going up is definitely something that happens during pregnancy, but I didn't think it was going to happen to me just because it didn't start so early on as some other women's appetite changed. So I figured that mine wouldn't change, but that wasn't the case for me. So that right there is an example for you guys that all pregnancies are different and no one experiences the exact same thing. And you might not even experience something that happened with like your first kid and you're pregnant with your second or something like that. So things are definitely different no matter who you are. Now, one of the biggest things that I think is like the main update that I have for you guys would be feeling movement and actually seeing it on like the outside. So when I went to the doctor for my anatomy scan, I did find out that I have an anterior placenta. So if you don't know what that means, which I'm sure you do, basically the way that the placenta like attaches itself to the wall of the uterus, it is basically in front of the baby instead of like being behind. So the kicks and all of the movement and stuff that you feel is kind of harder to feel than if you had the superior placenta, which is like the normal placenta. Nothing is wrong with having an anterior placenta. It's just basically where the egg and sperm meet and like make its home inside of your uterus. So basically mine is in the way from feeling movement of baby girl, so it's definitely taken longer to feel movement. Like I said, I know people who have felt movement at 18 weeks, and I honestly don't think I started feeling movement until around 21, 22 weeks. I would feel little flutters here and there around my 20-week mark, but I wasn't too sure what it was just because I've never been pregnant before. it was so slight that I kind of felt like it could have just been like gas bubbles or something like that. But now I definitely know it is her moving, especially when her movement is heightened after I eat a meal. So it's like I'll eat a meal and then not even 10 minutes after I'm finished eating, I can start feeling her like moving around, which is actually really cool. And it has become part of our nightly routine to kind of like sit on the couch and just like feel my stomach or look at my stomach to see if we can see movement from her after we eat dinner. So that has definitely been cool, and it's been a really nice thing to be able to experience. Now, I think that I'm able to see the movement on the outside of my stomach as well as feeling it, like feeling her kick on the inside. I don't know if it's because I can feel her kick that when I see a movement, I know, like I put 2 and 2 together and I know that that's what it is. Garrett, I think, has seen movement on my stomach 1 or 2 times. He's tried putting his hand down, but whenever he does that, she just stops cooperating and stops moving. So he's seen it a few times. I've definitely seen it way more than him, but I do think it's because I can feel the movement, and then I know that like this little tiny bit of movement is her, just because I can feel it and also see it. So it's easier to put 2 and 2 together to realize that it's her moving and it's not just like my stomach moving up and down because I'm breathing. Basically, that's really all that I have to update you guys on. It was just the movement, the increased appetite and urination, and then the appointment getting canceled. Yeah, there really wasn't much to talk about. I feel like things are definitely starting to progress a little bit slower in this stage of my pregnancy. I also feel like when I get to my 3rd trimester, I'm just going to like pop and my belly's just gonna like grow crazy, and it's gonna seem so quickly, just because, like I said, I haven't really changed much as far as the belly goes. But you guys are about to see that right now, because I did promise you a belly shot at the end of this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and say like my outro, and then I'll throw in a little belly shot for you guys. But I do appreciate you watching. I know it was kind of a rambly, chatty video like all of my videos are, but just wanted to hop on here, give you guys an update, also have an update for myself to look back on. But that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow, and subscribe so that you can see all of the future content that I have coming for you guys. But that is it for today's video. Stay tuned, because the belly shot's popping up right about now, and thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.